Hello, and welcome to Intuitive Journey with Desiree. I am Desiree Holmes Sherini, your host. And today I'm just kind of in the mood to think of spring. Sunshine's coming in. It's a beautiful day. It's the beginning of March as I record this. And we're moving into spring. I think something like 2 weeks left to the official beginning of springtime. So I just want to share an article I wrote a couple years ago talking about springtime and about just moving into that, you know, time of the year and using it as a new beginning in all sorts of ways. So we've had winter, gone through the New Year's, and a lot of people often make New Year resolutions. And by about now, they've probably failed, or hopefully they're going strong. But a lot of times we have such great intentions and they fall away. And I think that's why we need renewal. That's why it's good to have a season or even a time of day where you stop and you review and you remind yourself of what's important and make a new commitment to being and doing things that really enhance your life and those around you. So, for example, if something's if you made a commitment and it didn't go through, stop and review. Really think about what worked, what didn't work, and why was I doing it. That's always a really good review. Is a lot of times things don't work because maybe we were doing them for the wrong reasons. We didn't really feel a passion or a commitment to it. And you can identify what's in your way and how you can do things differently. But that being said, moving into springtime, I have 5 like self promises that I'd like to share with you, ideas for you to use for yourself and how you can follow through with these 5 promises that are very easy, very simple, and notice that these will begin to make a difference in your everyday, in your you know relationship with yourself, your relationship with the world around you. And so the first one is to find something to be grateful for every single day. I admired an author who talked about getting out of bed and every morning when his feet hit the ground that he would say thank you. Now think about it. It could be that easy. Even if things are going badly or not working out or things aren't seeming to go in the direction you want, if you can get out of bed and stand up, then there's something to be grateful for. Simply able to walk, to breathe, because think the times we've all been sick. Like, haven't you been sick? And it's like, hard to breathe. You can't get out of bed. You feel awful. And when you feel better, you really appreciate the difference. How about if you appreciate every single day what you are able to do, what you do have? And feeling that gratitude will also change your energy and honestly open you up to receive more positivity in your life. The next thing to do is consider learning something new that you have a daily habit of adding to. It might be as simple as, say, reading a book about a topic that you're interested in. A lot of times we might push that off and say, oh, I don't have time to read. Especially, it seems like sometimes people will push off things that they want to do, that they'd like to have time for, but they consider it indulgent, right? But no, it's not an indulgence to indulge yourself in something that enhances your mind and yourself. So choose a book, maybe not a fiction, but that's fine too. But if you want to learn something, choose a topic, choose a language. There's so many apps out there that you can learn free ones, even, that you can learn a new language on, that actually help you stay regular with every day, keeping score for yourself to keep you going, even on the days when you're like, oh, I don't feel like it. Choose a book on a topic that you'd like to learn something about. And even if it's like reading one paragraph a day, just choose a commitment to doing one thing every day toward learning something new. The benefit of that, of course, is that you will have learned something new, that you'll get through something if you just do a little bit every day towards something you'd like to learn, that you'll be done. Just do it every day. Don't think, oh, I need to read all this in a week. Just a little bit every day. And also, it's really great for your brain to learn new things. Learning new things keeps those neurons firing and connected, and helps your brain stay young. So promise number 3. How about promise yourself that you'll take time to be in the moment with nature once a day. Now, some of you might live in a place that's really still cold. You could step outside, touch the snow if it's that, kind of weather. But if you're inside, if you have a house plant, maybe just take time studying the leaves of the plant, give it a little water, sit next to it, and even explore in your mind, what is the experience of this plant? What if I was this plant? It sounds a little woo-woo, but this is a bit of mindfulness and connection with nature. You don't have a house plant. How about look out the window? Just gaze at the sky, glimpse at the sun or the moon. Have a little wonder for the nature that we live in and we're part of. It might even be, as if you say, oh, there's no sun, there's no moon, there's no whatever, you are part of nature. Study the lines in your hands and think about it. The marks on a shell, or the softness or roughness of a rock or stone, they all tell us something. The veins in a leaf, they all tell us something about that experience of being in this world and part of the natural world. And we are a very direct experience of being nature ourselves. There's something called earthing, and you can Google it. I think there's a movie called The Earthing Movie, which is how turned me on to it, which I discovered. And I confess I need to do it more. I live in the city, so to get outside and get barefoot and touch the earth is a little, it's not easy, but I need to find the time to step outside and do it. Okay. And earthing is about that actual connection between the chemistry, the molecules, the energy of the earth and our bodies. And it honestly actually has a measurable healing effect to stand barefoot in, say, dirt, grass, sand. It actually does something. So it's very fascinating to look into. So get outside of nature, be part of nature, because you already are. And it's builds your immunity, and also provides some time for mindfulness and just taking that needed breath sometimes, but every day. Okay, next promise is that you'll do your best at whatever you're achieving, whatever you're working toward. You're going to do your best, and recognize that your best is all you can do. So every day, whatever you're doing, just do your best. That doesn't mean like you can also take it easy. Does that mean, you understand what I'm saying? So you're always worthy of your achievements. That don't feel like if you're not perfect, that it's not good enough. Your best is good enough. And by practicing to do your best in whatever you're doing every day, then you will get to understand, how to improve on your best, even if that's what you want to do. But I think the point of this promise to yourself is that your best is good enough. Don't feel that you're not going to do something at all because you can't do it perfectly. I think that's the bigger point. Do your best and allow your best to be really perfect. It is your perfection. Your best is your perfection. And give yourself a pat on the back and be grateful that you can do your best. Be happy with that. while at the same time you're learning new things, you're taking time for mindfulness, you're being grateful, and you're going to find that your best is even better than you thought. Now I've got this on my screen, going to scroll down now to the fifth promise to yourself is make a resolution to be joyful. What's that mean? Just choose to be joyful. And if you follow 1 through 4 before we get to this one, you're going to find more joy in your life. You're going to find more reasons to be joyful, especially starting with number 1, gratitude. Choose a joyful feeling. When something's not working out, when things go wrong, yes, it's natural to say, wow. It's natural to do that. And don't deny yourself the opportunity to recognize when something's not right and to feel those feelings. But don't stay there. Go through the steps and say, okay, I felt the feelings. I'm not going to stay there. I'm going to choose a better feeling. Choose joy. Choose the better feeling. And understandably, I'm not saying everyone can always be joyful, but when you get to that point where you recognize you're making a choice, choose joy. And even as I end this, just one of the exercises I use with clients a lot is to just take a deep breath in and think of something that really makes you feel happy. Think of a loved one, a pet, a beautiful day on the beach, whatever it is, but it could be a memory or even in your imagination, what brings in that wonderful feeling of joy. And this is also part of that heart-based exercise, the heart math coherence exercise. Think of the positive feeling, think of the positive memory, bring in the wonderful positive feeling. Let that feeling just flow all the way through you. Breathe in as if you're breathing that feeling all the way through your body. It's breathing in joy, breathing in happiness, breathing in that really great feeling. And as your day goes on, just remind yourself to feel this good feeling. And just like earthing, for example, just like some of these other practices, what this will do for you is affect every cell and atom of your body. It will change your biology. It will create a more joyful body, mind, and spirit. So those are your 5 tips for renewing yourself this spring. And when you choose to do each of these things every single day, consciously, and perhaps even let them just become a habit, a wonderful habit that you at some point just live by, you're going to find a happier, healthier you. And this will spread out to everyone around you, because happy people create happiness around them. People will be more content just even being near you, because you're going to be expanding wonderful, positive energy. Choose happiness, choose joy, and be grateful. And happy spring. Thanks for being here. Bye.